Xander and Philip's co-CEO Titan split. Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers for Tuesday, December 17th, suggest that Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, entered the Body and Soul office and overheard something regarding Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, sleeping with Joy Wesley, Alex Ann Hopkins. Alex was tempted to come clean about covering for Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, but he eventually maintained his deceit and tried to persuade Stephanie that it was a one-time deal that meant nothing. Stephanie pretended Alex was free to do whatever he wanted and walked away looking unhappy, so Alex ripped into Johnny for the issues he had caused. Johnny apologized, but Alex told him to stay out of his path from now on. Chanel Dupree DiMera, Raven Bowens, accosted Joy outside the pub on Tuesday's episode of Days and claimed to know what Joy had done. Joy pressed for explanation, and Chanel insisted it was about her hookup. Joy dismissed Chanel's fictitious one-night stand with Alex as insignificant. Joy expressed regret, saying she intended to keep her personal and professional lives separate. In fact, Joy didn't believe it was a good idea to hang out with Chanel and Johnny outside of work anymore. Joy said she was more of a duty than a friend, but Chanel insisted they were true friends and encouraged her to stay in their lives. Once Joy gave in, Chanel hugged her, making things even more awkward. Joy ran into Stephanie in the town plaza during Tuesday's DOL program and asked for her assistance with Christmas shopping. Joy sought Stephanie's assistance because she did not yet have a gift to give Alex. Stephanie said she knew about Joy's encounter with Alex, but Joy quickly clarified that they were not in a relationship. Stephanie, on the other hand, recommended that if Joy wanted to pursue it, Alex would be an excellent choice. Stephanie took off quickly after pretending she had a conference call to attend. Alex ran into Joy later, and she told him about her interaction with Stephanie and how much she seemed to care about him. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Belle Black, Martha Madison, persisted in convincing Sarah Kyriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, that Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, planned to permanently eliminate Brady Black, Eric Martsolf. Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, objected several times while Belle repeatedly rephrased the question, making Xander look bad. Judge Dabney, Carol Foreman, finally took a little break to consider whether she would allow Belle to pursue this line of questioning. Belle stated to Philip Kyriakis, John Paul Lavoisier, that she wanted to force Xander's hand. There was a chance Xander would withdraw the case to avoid Sarah perjuring herself. Meanwhile, Justin chastised Xander and Sarah because he had recently learned about the Brady situation. Sarah was in a difficult position since she didn't want to lie under oath, but she also didn't want to jeopardize Xander's case and open the door to criminal charges. In the end, Judge Dabney ordered that Belle might question Sarah about Xander's alleged crime, but Sarah claimed spousal privilege and refused to testify against her husband. Belle still considered that a victory because Judge Dabney had to presume Xander was guilty. It wasn't a slam dunk, but Belle encouraged Philip about their possibilities while they waited for Judge Dabney's decision. Soon after, Judge Dabney made a quick decision, so Belle cautioned Philip to be prepared in case the judge wasn't persuaded. In the end, Judge Dabney informed Xander and Philip that she had decided to partition Titan Industries, giving Xander 50% and Philip 50%. This basically made Philip and Xander co-CEOs, who would have to share authority. Philip recommended putting the conflict behind them and extended his hand to Xander, who refused to shake it and walked away with Sarah. At the Kyriakis mansion, Xander refused to cooperate with his brother and threatened to depose Philip if necessary. On Tuesday's Days program, Philip informed Stephanie that 50% of Titan was still a victory. Stephanie was thrilled for Philip and embraced him, but he went a step farther by pulling her into a kiss, which she returned. Back with Chanel, she updated Johnny on her earlier talk with Joy. Chanel felt Joy's encounter with Alex had messed with her brain and that they needed to be there for her as friends. Chanel highlighted Joy's ridiculous plan to break her connection with Chanel and Johnny, but she said she talked Joy out of it. Johnny said that this was unfortunate because Joy may be correct in her assessment of the need for distance. Chanel chuckled at Johnny being both brilliant and clueless, but she insisted that Joy needed them right now. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Johnny, Joy, and Alex will continue to deal with an ever-increasing problem, so we'll provide more predictions about all the chaos. The drama unfolding, Xander and Phillip's co-CEO Titan split in Days of Our Lives. The long-running soap opera Days of Our Lives has delivered countless dramatic storylines over the years, but few have gripped audiences quite like the ongoing saga of Xander Cook and Phillip Kiriakis' power struggle as co-CEOs of Titan Industries. The partnership, fraught with tension, betrayal, and clashing egos, has captivated viewers while showcasing the very essence of corporate intrigue and familial loyalty. Setting the stage, Titan Industries' turbulent legacy. Titan Industries, the cornerstone of the Kiriakis family empire, has been a central focus in Days of Our Lives for decades. Founded by Victor Kiriakis, the company's legacy is one of ambition, cunning, and occasional scandal. After Victor's passing, the family's attempts to maintain control of Titan have led to internal strife. Enter Xander Cook and Phillip Kiriakis, two vastly different personalities vying for dominance within the company. Xander Cook, the underdog with a shady past. Xander, Victor's nephew, has always been an outsider within the Kiriakis clan. Known for his criminal past and morally questionable decisions, Xander's rise to power at Titan shocked many. Despite his rough edges, he possesses a surprising business acumen and an unrelenting determination to prove himself worthy of his uncle's legacy. Phillip Kiriakis, the entitled heir. Phillip, Victor's son, is the quintessential Kiriakis heir. Groomed from a young age to take over the family business, he exudes confidence and entitlement. However, his history of personal and professional missteps has made him a polarizing figure. While his loyalty to the Kiriakis name is unquestionable, his decision-making skills often come under scrutiny. The formation of the co-CEO arrangement. Victor's decision to name both Xander and Phillip as co-CEOs of Titan was as strategic as it was controversial. By forcing the two to work together, Victor hoped to merge their strengths while keeping their flaws in check. However, it didn't take long for the cracks in their partnership to emerge. Clashing leadership styles. Xander's aggressive, hands-on approach to business often conflicts with Phillip's more calculated, methodical style. Where Xander sees opportunities to take risks and innovate, Phillip sees recklessness. Conversely, Phillip's cautiousness often strikes Xander as indecisive and overly conservative. Personal grudges and family dynamics. The tension between Xander and Phillip extends beyond the boardroom. Their personal history is rife with animosity, fueled by years of sibling-like rivalry and Victor's penchant for pitting family members against each other. Phillip's disdain for Xander's past criminal activities and Xander's resentment of Phillip's privileged upbringing add fuel to the fire. Key moments in the power struggle. The storyline has been punctuated by a series of explosive events, each escalating the drama and further fracturing their partnership. The sabotage scandal. One of the earliest turning points came when Phillip accused Xander of sabotaging a major deal with a foreign investor. Although Xander vehemently denied the allegations, the incident sowed seeds of mistrust that have only grown over time. Phillip's belief that Xander would stoop to such levels to gain an upper hand reflects his inability to see Xander as a legitimate partner. The Chloe Lane factor. As with many Days of Our Lives storylines, romance plays a significant role in the drama. Chloe Lane, who shares a complicated history with both men, became an unexpected catalyst in their feud. Xander's flirtation with Chloe ignited Phillip's jealousy, adding a personal dimension to their professional rivalry. Chloe's attempts to mediate between the two only seemed to heighten the tension. The boardroom coup. The most dramatic twist thus far was Phillip's secret attempt to oust Xander from his co-CEO position. By rallying support from key board members and leveraging his family connections, Phillip nearly succeeded in forcing Xander out of Titan. However, Xander's quick thinking and a well-timed reveal of Philip's own questionable dealings turned the tables, leaving both men locked in a precarious stalemate. The fallout and consequences. The ongoing feud has had far-reaching consequences for Titan Industries and the Kiriakis family. The company's stock has fluctuated wildly as investors question the stability of its leadership. Meanwhile, family gatherings have become battlegrounds, with relatives taking sides and attempting to mediate the conflict. Maggie Kiriakis' role as mediator. Maggie Kiriakis, Victor's widow, has emerged as a voice of reason amidst the chaos. Her efforts to broker peace between Xander and Philip have been met with mixed results. While both men respect her, their unwillingness to compromise often leaves her efforts in vain. The impact on the Kiriakis' legacy. Victor's dream of a united family leading Titan has been jeopardized by Xander and Philip's rivalry. The split has not only strained familial bonds but also threatened the company's reputation. Longtime fans of Days of Our Lives can't help but wonder if Victor's vision for Titan will ever be realized. What's next for Xander and Philip? As the storyline progresses, several questions remain unanswered. Will Xander and Philip find a way to reconcile, or is their partnership doomed to fail? Could a new contender emerge to take control of Titan, forcing the two to unite against a common enemy? And how will their personal lives intersect with their professional battles? The potential for redemption. Both Xander and Philip have the potential for redemption, but it will require significant growth and self-awareness. For Xander, this means proving that he can leave his past behind and embrace his role as a legitimate businessman. For Philip, it means stepping out of his father's shadow and carving out his own path. A new threat on the horizon? Speculation among fans suggests that a new character could enter the fray, threatening to dismantle Titan altogether. Whether this comes in the form of a rival corporation, a vengeful former employee, or a shocking betrayal from within remains to be seen. Viewer reactions and the legacy of the storyline. The Xander and Philip co-CEO split has elicited strong reactions from the Days of Our Lives fanbase. Some viewers are firmly Team Xander, appreciating his grit and underdog status. Others side with Philip, valuing his loyalty to the Kiriakis' legacy. The polarizing nature of the storyline has kept audiences engaged and sparked lively debates online. The appeal of corporate drama. One of the reasons this storyline resonates with viewers is its relatability. While most fans aren't running multinational conglomerates, the themes of workplace conflict, family loyalty, and personal ambition are universal. The soap opera's ability to weave these elements into a compelling narrative is a testament to its enduring appeal. The future of Days of Our Lives. As Days of Our Lives continues to evolve, the Xander and Philip storyline represents both a nod to the show's rich history and a step toward its future. By blending classic soap opera tropes with modern storytelling techniques, the show remains a cornerstone of daytime television. Conclusion. The co-CEO split between Xander Cook and Philip Kiriakis has been a masterclass in soap opera storytelling. With its mix of corporate intrigue, personal vendettas, and emotional stakes, the storyline exemplifies why Days of Our Lives remains a beloved staple of daytime drama. As fans eagerly await the next chapter in this saga, one thing is certain: the battle for Titan Industries is far from over. Xander and Philip's co-CEO Titan split. Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers recap for Tuesday, December 17th, reveals that Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, walked in the body and soul office and overheard something about Alex Kiriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, sleeping with Joy Wesley, Alex Ann Hopkins. Alex was tempted to come clean about covering for Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, but he ultimately kept up his deception and just tried to convince Stephanie it was a one-time deal that meant nothing. Stephanie acted like Alex was free to do what he wanted and took off looking upset, so Alex ripped into Johnny over the problems he'd created. Johnny was apologetic, but Alex warned him to stay out of his way from now on. Outside the pub on Tuesday's Days episode, Chanel Dupree Demera, Raven Bowens, cornered Joy and said she knew what Joy did. Joy pushed for clarification, so Chanel insisted this was about her hookup. Once Joy realized Chanel meant her fake one-night stand with Alex, she downplayed it as no big deal. Joy said it was something she regretted since she wanted to keep her personal life and professional life separate. In fact, Joy didn't think it was a good idea to be friends with Chanel and Johnny outside of work anymore. After Joy suggested she was more of an obligation than a pal anyway, Chanel insisted they were real friends and pushed her to stay in their lives. Once Joy caved in, Chanel gave her a hug and made things even more awkward. In the town square on Tuesday's DOL show, Joy ran into Stephanie and sought her help with Christmas shopping. Since Joy didn't have a gift for Alex yet, she asked Stephanie for advice. Stephanie admitted she knew about Joy's hookup with Alex, but Joy was quick to point out they weren't in a relationship. However, Stephanie suggested Alex was a great guy if Joy wanted to go for it. After Stephanie pretended to have a conference call to get to, she took off in a hurry. Alex ran into Joy later, so she filled him in on her encounter with Stephanie and how much she seemed to care about him. In the hearing room on Tuesday's Days episode, Belle Black, Martha Madison, kept pushing Sarah Kyriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, to admit Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, plotted to eliminate Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, permanently. Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, objected multiple times as Belle kept rephrasing the question and making Xander look bad each time. Judge Dabney, Carol Foreman, finally took a short recess to decide if she'd let Belle pursue this line of questioning. Belle admitted to Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, that she was hoping to force Xander's hand. There was a chance Xander might drop the case to avoid letting Sarah perjure herself. Meanwhile, Justin scolded Xander and Sarah since he was just now finding out about this Brady ordeal. Sarah was stuck in a tough situation since she didn't want to lie under oath, but she also didn't want to taint Xander's case and open the door to criminal charges. In the end, Judge Dabney ruled that Belle could indeed ask Sarah about Xander's alleged crime, but Sarah invoked her spousal privilege and refused to testify against her husband. Belle still felt like that was a win since Judge Dabney had to assume Xander was guilty. It wasn't a slam dunk, but Belle gave Philip a pep talk about their chances while they waited on Judge Dabney's ruling. Soon after, Judge Dabney made a fast decision, so Belle warned Philip to be prepared since it could mean the judge wasn't persuaded. In the end, Judge Dabney told Xander and Philip that she decided to split Titan Industries, giving 50% to Xander and 50% to Philip. That effectively made Philip and Xander co-CEOs who would have to share power. Philip suggested putting all the drama behind them and extended his hand to Xander, who refused to shake it and left with Sarah. At the Kyriakis mansion, Xander refused to work in harmony with his brother and vowed to oust Philip if it was the last thing he did. In Philip's suite on Tuesday's Days episode, he gave Stephanie good news since 50% of Titan was still a victory. Stephanie was happy for Philip and embraced him, but he took it a step further by pulling her into a kiss that she reciprocated. Back with Chanel, she gave Johnny updates on her earlier conversation with Joy. Chanel thought Joy's hookup with Alex really messed with her head and felt it was important for them to be there for her as friends. Chanel mentioned Joy's ridiculous idea of ending her friendship with Chanel and Johnny, but she said she talked Joy out of it. Johnny suggested that was too bad since Joy might be right about needing distance. After Chanel chuckled over Johnny being both smart and clueless, she maintained that Joy needed them right now. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Johnny, Joy and Alex will continue to deal with a mess that keeps getting messier, so we'll pass along more predictions on all the turmoil.